Grimsby take on Manchester United in the second round of the Carabao Cup. And while it looks routine for Manchester United, their past results indicate otherwise. On paper, United should field a very strong team against the Grimsby Town team, that should give us a game and should give us what we need. Kick up the backside, because if they do win, it will cause a massive upset. Now, this shouldn't happen, but knowing United's luck, knowing how we play, anything is up for a toss-up. It could be 50-50, it could be 100% our way, it could be 100% Grimsby way. But let's get into how starting 11 will look and how United will just play on Wednesday night against Grimsby Town, who I'm sure they'll be up for this game. So let's get into Man United starting 11. So as you can see, there is a lot of surprising starts, as you might see, a bit bold from me from what Amorim's been doing. So in there, I've got Bayindir. Left side of centre back, I've got Aidan Heaven. Middle centre back, central centre back, Harry Maguire. And right side, I think he's going to go Yoro, but that could be Fredrickson because he had played him in the pre-season. So that could be one to watch in that right hand side, but I think he'll go Yoro, start the back strong and put some experience in there to supplement the wing backs. So we've got Diego Leon, left wing back. Pre-season is a bit of, as he said, he wants to prove himself. He doesn't want to be shy. He doesn't want to lack. He doesn't want to be lacking in the defence. He wants to prove himself. And then on the right wing back, I've got Ahmad to build on what he had against Fulham. Obviously not a particularly good game, but for him he's a 10. I'm gonna say that here and there, he's a 10. But Amorim loves his wingers as wing back, so that's a position where he's got to blend himself in. It's gonna be a learning experience for him, and I think Grimsby along with Leon, it's gonna be a good learning path in the positions you will probably play under Amorim. Leon is a bit of a younger, authentic, raw talent. Ahmad is well-established first-team player, so for Ahmad it's more of a continuation for him. Obviously we've got Delo in that. We don't have Amaluzor, he's injured, so we'll get onto that. But yeah, Ahmad right wing back and then left wing back Leon. Now the midfield where it gets interesting. The partnership we've all been waiting for, and I think Amorim will go Mainoo and Agate. Against this Grimsby team, they will be very energetic. They might, in places, pack the box, pack everyone against the ball, and I think this is where Agate, Mainoo will come into a class of their own. Something we've been hungry for, Mainoo proving why he needs to start, and Agate just to give him more confidence, because in that Arsenal game there was a few times he looked rusty, but it's Agate, man. It's his second season. He's had one game. Alright. He'll come into this game, he'll blend in. Same with Mainoo. It's no questions asked. They will put in a performance that will warrant them confidence in themselves, really, and that's what the two midfielders need. Now we move on to the 10s. This is where it gets interesting, because you can have a wide array of players starting in that 10. You could have Xerxes, you could have Cunha, you could have Mbeumo, you could have Mount, you could have Xerxes and Bruno, you could have Mbeumo and Cunha just to give them more confidence. But I think Bruno will definitely play just to give him that reassurance on Fulham, where he didn't play particularly well, which is up for debate whether he should get dropped for this game, but we'll see what Amorim does. But for me, I think he'll play him in one of the 10 positions alongside Mount as well, which is a bit of an unusual one, because this is a game ideal where if you want to play your Xerxes or play your Mbeumo's, because Cunha's looked somewhat gelled in, so to speak, so you can afford to give him the weekday off, the night off, so, and bring him on if you want to still give him minutes. But I think he'll play Mount and Bruno together just to give us a bit of creative and intense. Not what you'd expect from Bruno for intensity, but I think because he's got to play just to play him, just to give him a confidence shake up, give him something he can go into Burnley against, where he'll definitely play, I reckon. But we'll save that for another time. But yeah, Bruno in the 10 slot and Mount in the other 10 slot. Obviously, I think they'll free roam this because it's against Grimsby, who are very, respectively, the fourth. They've won 3, drawn 1, I think. So they are fourth in their own league, in League 2. So we've got to give a bit of respect to where we are, because we are 16th, only, drawing 1 and losing 1. So respect to Grimsby on that, because you never know with these types of games whether they'll be up for it, or whether they're going to give us a game, make it a very hostile atmosphere in a respective way, of course. Bring the game to us, and we should be bringing the game to them minute 1 against the players that we've got. We should be bringing it to them, and then number 9 up top, main man Šeško, I think he's going to get his run out that he's probably been waiting for. And with that fields my starting 11. And just going back to Šeško, I think he will... I don't know, because it's these games where you think, will find his way. He's come from the Bundesliga, had 2 not so great starts, graveyard shifts, so to speak, no service, and then he's going to get chucked into a very aggressive game against Grimsby. So we've got to be careful on how Šeško plays. I think he will get his run out, but for me personally, I think he will play lights out. I think he'll get 2 or 3 goals against Grimsby. It'll be, I'm not going to say how, but I think he'll get 2 goals, get his confidence up, and I think this team will be electric. I hope so, because some of the players who haven't played will want their point to be proved and to get a footing against the 11 that played against against Fulham, because there were some disappointing players for some certain players, not all, and the players that will be on against Grimsby will be hoping, I think, to prove their point as to why they should be first team contenders. So yeah, I think all in all it will be a very somewhat big game. Just going back to the Bayern in net, there is potential for an Anna to come in, which is a bit of a shock. Tom Heaton signed his new contract, so he's up for debate whether an Anna gets dropped, and Amorim continuing in that somewhat of his, it's not his arrogance, but his stubbornness, saying you ain't going to get into my team because you're not my goalkeeper, which he might play Bayern and Heaton. He might play Tom Heaton, give Bayern a bit of a break and get Tom Heaton into that lineup. So yeah, to round up my starting 11, we've got Bayern in net. Left sided centre back, we've gone Heaven. Central centre back, Maguire. Yoro, right sided centre back. Left wing back, we've gone Diego Leon. Right wing back, we've gone Ahmad. 2 midfielders, we've gone Mainoo, and then the other side we've gone Ugarte. The 2 10s I think will be Bruno and Mount, and then number 9 leading the charge will be Šeško. Please, Šeško, come on, Šeško is going to bag in this game 100%. I'm sure he will. So look, quick note on Grimsby. They've got quite a few key players who've led their charge, who've led their reign to 4th place in League 2. Winning 3, drawn 1, so 4 points there. So we've got Jaze Kabia and Justin Amaluzor. Sorry, Grimsby Town, if I've butchered the names. Please say how if I have. But yeah, these are 2 players we've got to watch out for in the attack. Both scored recently, 2 goals for Kabia, big danger man, and then Amaluzor, who scored against Shrewsbury in round 1 of the Carabao Cup. So they do have some attacking options, and they're not prone to losing, so which we have as United. So it's in our locker, it's not in their locker. So hopefully it will be a good game on both fronts. I think Grimsby are I think they'll take what Fulham did and play it to their standards, but at times I think they will counter and give us problems on the defensive front, but I don't think that will be an issue because I think we've got a pretty sturdy backline anyway, even though we're playing our somewhat B team, so it don't really matter. So, but it's important that we do get this win, get the win over the line, and yeah, Grimsby, don't do us wrong, please. Just don't do it. So yeah, to conclude this prediction, it's very heavily rotated as was expected. Your questionable, I think, positions will be goalkeeper and right side centre back, along with the midfield. He could play Casemiro again. It's just whatever he does, but I think he'll play either Mainoo and Agate. I'm heavily leaning against the pair of them, with Bruno in the attack where his natural position is. And it's going to be a game where there will be players in there just to get a point to prove across to Amorim as to why they should be starting. And of course, Grimsby Town, they won't be scared. That's one thing that's going to be given. They won't be scared to give us a game. They've probably watched and seen how other teams that we've faced, lower, lesser teams in a respectful way, have played against us. So there is always that threat, which I don't want to happen, but it's how United, we're currently going under a rebuild, a system change, players are having to adapt. So it will be a feisty, it will be a fighting game, and it will be a game where Grimsby will have nothing to lose. It's wherever they get to, if they beat us, it's a win for them. If we beat them, it's standard operations, standard proceeding as normal. We should be expecting them to play a bit of counter, park the men behind the ball, and just allow us to come to them. And we'll have probably a lot of possession, but if not, probably 80-90%. And I'll be quite surprised if we do have anything less, because teams like this will often park men behind the ball and counter when they can, and we've seen it countless times against us. They will give us a game no matter what the headline is, no matter what the event is, and it will be a very sturdy and feisty game in my opinion. So yeah, my prediction going into this will be a very, let's say, bold, brave choice. I'm going to go 4-0. Now 4-1. We'll give them a goal, because there will be a goal somewhere with them. So I'm going to go 4-1 Manchester United against Grimsby Town. I think Šeško will get 2 or 3. Bruno maybe, Mainoo maybe. And I think with that it will be a tricky night, so to speak. I think we need this game just to give the players that are coming off the bench a bit of a confidence boost. And at Blundell Park, will it be a very aggressive atmosphere, hostile atmosphere? The fans will make their presence known. I think we've got a few travelling fans, so it might be a loud, echoey noise. And it's these games where you think, I'm glad we've got them this early, because it sets us up in the long run. It might be a mindset shift for some of these players, but these questions that will be answered after the game, coming after it. So yeah, 4-1 win, Manchester United, Grimsby Town, second round of the Carabao Cup. Is this the perfect game for Šeško? Will he announce himself to the starting 11 and get himself a starting position ahead of Mount, who's been starting in that position? Will Mainoo, been a once to watch this past week, will he get a start? Will he get a run-in ahead of the Burnley game? Because I'm pretty sure he's going to start this game anyway. And drop your predictions in the comments below, and let's get this game underway as soon as possible. And I'm hoping we win, because if we don't, there will be questions, big questions. But yeah, 4-1 win against Grimsby. Let's get it.